Hey, this is Jason. I thought before we got too deep into this, I would do a really quick overview for people who don't want to watch the entire video. So I'd love for you to think about this study for any patient that you have with symptoms concerning for septic joint. So if you do have a patient with a concern for septic joint, you can click on this QR code, also found in the doctor's work area, and it will pull up a consent form in red cap. If they don't consent, that's okay. Just do as you would normally do and order your standard labs. If they do consent, still order your standard labs that you would do for anybody with a concern for septic joint. There is no specific study that you order in Epic for the Inflammatix study. Instead, you will just inform the nurse that the patient is in the Inflammatix study and they will take it from there. Once informed that the patient has consented for the study, the nurse will grab a special Inflammatix lab study tube from the doctor's work area. They will then draw the standard labs that you have ordered and then draw the Inflammatix study lab. Once the blood has been drawn, the Inflammatix study tube will need a patient label placed on it. The lab requisition form will also need a patient label placed on it. These two should be kept separate from the standard labs. Finally, the labeled tube, along with the labeled lab requisition form, will be placed in a biohazard bag together and sent over to the lab via the tube system or by hand.
Hi, thanks for watching. I am Joanna, and today we are going to go over the process for enrolling subjects in the Inflammatix septic joint study. This study is being conducted in conjunction with the Department of Orthopedics. We are investigating a rapid, simple venous blood test intended to diagnose bacterial infections in patients with acute inflammation by measuring host immune biomarkers. The principal investigator is John Voorhees from Orthopedics, and the co-investigator is Jason Lowe from the Department of Pediatric Emergency Medicine. The target patient population includes patients ages 18 and younger undergoing workup with laboratory studies, CBC, ESR, CRP, blood culture for septic arthritis. In general, these are patients with fever, joint pain, joint swelling, refusal to walk and/or limp with no major traumatic cause. Physician team responsibilities. Once the ED physician team has determined a workup for septic joint is warranted, the patient will be offered enrollment in the research study by the orthopedic attending or resident, or PEM attending or fellow. The enroller or patient will scan a QR code on the laminated study sheet posted in the ED using any appropriate smart device, which will bring up the study information sheet. The orthopedic surgeon or resident, or ED attending physician or fellow, will review the study with the patient. If the patient agrees to participate, the patient and the person obtaining consent will electronically sign the consent form. The physician then must inform the nursing staff that the patient has been enrolled in the study. Enter all standard septic joint lab work into Epic so that nursing knows what to draw in addition to the study sample. The study sample should be drawn after any needed clinical labs. Nursing team responsibilities. Obtain a PAXgene tube and research requisition form from the ED in the doctor's work area from the Inflammatix study box in the physician work area. Label the PAXgene tube with a patient MRN sticker. Collect 2.5 cc's of blood in the PAXgene tube after the clinically needed labs have been drawn. Collection of study samples should not interfere with patient care. Gently invert the PAXgene tube up and down 10 times after the blood has been collected. Do not shake the tube. Label the research requisition form with an MRN sticker where it says, quote, enter medical record number, end quote, and enter the collection date and time on the form. Put the filled PAXgene tube in a biohazard bag separated from other samples with the completed lab requisition form in the side pouch, and tube it to the clinical lab. For questions, call the study team. Thanks for watching.